Hi everyone, I'm Rhea and welcome back to the RaoMoon Oracle. Today we are doing a pick a group reading asking the question, what do I need to know right now? This is a reading I like to do for myself on the daily, or if I have a specific question or a specific situation I'm inquiring for. It's just a good quick little guidance reading that can give you that last bit of reassurance that you might need or validation for a situation. Or it's also been very beneficial for me to help confirm my intuition about a situation, and it's helped me grow my intuition over a long period of time, over many years. So this should be a super quick reading, just a one card pool. It should hopefully be about 5 or so minutes per group. We'll see, hopefully. But today for guidance, we are asking the Halloween Oracle deck. They're beautiful cards. I like this deck a lot. If you're interested in this deck, I do have a walkthrough of it on my channel that you're more than welcome to take a peek at. But we have 5 groups to pick from today. So let's hop over and I will introduce you to the stones that'll help you pick your group for today. And here are our groups. So we have 5 stones to pick from. You may end up picking more than one group, depending on what question you're asking for. For example, if you're asking about your love life, you may be drawn to one stone, but if you come back to this reading at a different time and you're asking about your career, you may be drawn to another stone, another group. So if you don't have any specific questions or situation to inquire for, you can just ask yourself, what do I need to know right now? And see what stone draws you in. So let's look at our groups. Group number 1 is our Lepidolite stone. Got that beautiful purple color, some white in there, and a little bit of shiny mica. That's group number 1. Group number 2 is our black bloodstone. So you see those red inclusions in there. This one is also a worry stone. It has that indent for the thumb to rub on. That's group number 2. Group number 3 is the Sedona Jasper. A really nice deep, like red orangey color on that one. A bit darker on the back side there. Group number 4 is our Sunstone. A little bit of shine right in there. All those black spots. And last but not least is group number 5, our pink opal. So a lot of those natural pieces inside on the back side here. This one is a really good palm stone. That's our group number 5. So use whatever method you'd like to figure out what group you're drawn to. Ask your heart, your intuition, muscle test, pendulum, whatever else, and join me in your group when you're ready. I will see you there. Hello, group number 1, the Lepidolite stone group. So for those of you who chose Lepidolite, Lepidolite can be used for transformation and overcoming emotional and mental dependency. It can also help to dissipate negativity and help cope with stress and sadness in our lives. So a little bit of insight there for anybody who is interested in that stone. It might be a beneficial one for you. So group number 1, let us see what the Halloween Oracle has in store for you. Halloween Oracle, what does group 1 need to know? What does group 1 need to know right now? Oh. Maybe we'll just take the 1. Lady de los Muertos. Lady de los Muertos, acceptance and equality. So group number 1, real quick, I want to read you the little poems that the Halloween Oracle has in the beginning of their descriptions. I think it might be beneficial, and they're cute little poems. So, pale you step out of the night in red lace, full flowers upon your crown. You bring the beauty to death, the equality and joy of the underground. Okay, group number 1. So Lady de los Muertos. Lady de los Muertos, she is the epitome of acceptance and accepting death, and that death comes for us all. So there is what it feels like a situation in your life that you need to let go of, that you need to accept that it has died, it has passed, and there is no going back in it. You can still enjoy the beauty of it and what it represented to you and what it taught you. But it is time to let go of that situation now. There is more for you to look at, more for you to celebrate. So the beauty of the Day of the Dead that Lady de los Muertos represents is that there is more to celebrate, and you celebrate life just as much as you celebrate death. Death comes for everybody, and it doesn't matter how old you are, how rich or poor you are, your economic status, where you live. Eventually, death comes for us all, and that's not a bad thing either. Everything dies. It does. Every situation comes to an end at some point or another. The leaves die off in the fall and fall down to the ground, and we go into winter. In the time that you're watching this, potentially, it might be in that point in your life as well. There's something that has died and you need to let go of, but you can still celebrate it at the same time. Celebrate the lessons it taught you. Celebrate what you have learned from it, and be all the richer and beautiful and happier for it, right? I know it can be hard too, having that acceptance, right? Acceptance can be one of the hardest stages in terms of a grief process, potentially, that you might have in your life for any situation and or a person, right? So I've experienced death in my life recently in this past year, and there is an acceptance process you have to go through as part of that grief process, and keep moving forward and keep moving on. Because while death does come for us all, we still have to live in the meantime, right? So it is time to rebalance your life. It is time to let go and rebalance your life and move on. That might be hard to hear, and it is hard to say, but it's time to move on. It is time to move on from that person, from that job, from that situation that is keeping you stuck, that you mull over at nights, that you stay up at night thinking about and thinking what you could have done differently, what you could have said differently. And it no longer serves you to do that. You need to equal out your life, rebalance it, and find more things to be joyful about, find more things to be happy about. And that can be a hard step. I understand that as well. It can be a hard step, and to figure it out after being in a space of grief for so long, being in a space of death and letting go, it can be hard to move on from that and keep going, right? I think that is also why the Lepidolite stone is here in this case, because again, it talks about transformation and overcoming that emotional mental dependency, being dependent on the situation in your life, right? Being dependent on that person, that situation, and not accepting that things are no longer that way anymore, not accepting that things are different, and it being mentally draining, right? Or you're not having that equality in your life and having as much positive as you do negative. So, and also with helping that dissipate that negativity and sadness and stress, right? So we have a situation we're grieving over, a situation that we feel very, very deeply for us, but it is time to accept that you can't go back. You can't go back anymore, and it is time to move forward, bring equality back into our life, and accept that the situation is what it is now, and that there's still good left. You can still celebrate what you've learned. You can still celebrate and find beauty, right? You can still find beauty in what has passed, what you are grieving over, and see it from a different light. And that also brings equality into our situation, right? That brings equality into the grief process, into the situation that we are experiencing, where it's like, okay, this is all the things that make me sad about it. These are the things that make me mad. These are the things I am grieving over. But here's all the things to celebrate over it as well. Here's everything it taught me. Here's everything that matters from it, things that I'll take forward, things that make me happy, make me laugh. And there's a process there, right? There's balance there. But that is not a bad thing, and it is okay to feel the way you do, but you can also celebrate it at the same time, right? We can laugh in the face of death. We can find beauty in that death process, in that moving on process, and come to accept it. And I think that's what Lady de los Muertos represents in your situation for you, is to celebrate that death process, celebrate that grieving process, even though it is difficult, it is hard. And we can learn more from it and become better and stronger from it. So group 1, I hope that helps you out in your situation and hope it is beneficial for you. If you need more support in your situation, Lepidolite is probably a good stone for you in this case and can help you through that process and finding acceptance and equality in your situation. Okay, group 1, that's all I have for you. If you have another inquiry, please feel free to pick another group in this video if you're drawn to do so, or maybe even another reading on my channel or another reader entirely. Feel free to like and comment and or subscribe if this reading has helped you. Thank you for being open to the channeled energy today, and thank you to your guides and to my guides for protecting us all while we connect our energies. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you another time. Bye. Hello, group number 2, the Black Bloodstone group. So Bloodstone, especially Black Bloodstone, is a very grounding stone and protective stone. So Bloodstone itself is really well known for giving courage, and it'll help you stay in the present moment. This stone in particular is a worry stone. So I like it. It is a good one to just kind of keep on me sometimes. And I like the red in this one a lot. So just a little insight there for you, and maybe it'll be a beneficial stone for some of you. So group number 2, let us get into your reading and see what the RaoMoon Oracle has in store for you. Okay. RaoMoon Oracle, what does group number 2 need to know about their situation? What does group 2 need to know, the Black Bloodstone group? We have, we'll just take the 1. So that makes sense. Jack-o'-lantern protection. That matches up with the Black Bloodstone. We also have the skull flowers creating through the ashes. There's something to keep in mind. We are creating through the ashes while staying protected. So group number 2, let me read you the little poems that the RaoMoon Oracle has at the beginning of their descriptions. I think they're beneficial, and they are really cute as well, so I like to read them. This one says, oh Jack, let me carve my protection, shine your fire outwards, evil rejection and reflection. Okay, group number 2, so the jack-o'-lantern for protection, right? The jack-o'-lantern is historically used during Samhain as a protective measure in order to scare off unwanted visitors. It is also a light that will help light the way for those that we want to come visit us. Those who have passed, those who are traveling and that are lost, it offers that protection in terms of a light to guide them back home. All right, so what it feels like to me is the situation or thing you are inquiring about. There is some boundaries that you need to set. There is a situation that is not currently in your best interest that you need to do some reevaluating for, and you need to set some boundaries up. You potentially need to even leave that situation completely. The jack-o'-lantern has come in to help protect you from that situation, to offer you that protection, and the bloodstone in addition to that, right? The bloodstone also helps with giving us courage and to stay in the present moment. So maybe you need to have that courage in order to leave the situation that you need protection from. What else? So I think it's really interesting that we ended up with double protection here, right, between the stone and the jack-o'-lantern. Protection in this case, for some of you, it feels like you are helping to protect somebody else, that you are that shield for them, that light in the dark. And this person is struggling in a lot of ways, and you are being that protection for them. You are offering them that safe place to come and rest, to come home to, being that light for them in the darkness as they are wandering around and they see your light, they see the jack-o'-lantern, and can follow it back home, follow it to a safe place. And this person means a lot. Somebody you have protected for a long period of time. And I know this won't be for everybody in terms of this protection, right? But that offering of a home and a family and offering guidance and support as well to help them out, lighting their way in more than one way, not just that metaphysical finding their way home, right? But offering them guidance on their path, offering them guidance through life. So probably somebody younger than you, somebody younger sibling, younger friend, for a couple for being parents, right? And for the kids, and really showing them the way, but also being protective of them at the same time, right? For most, it feels like it's for a friend, protecting that friend, showing that friend the way, somebody who hasn't had strong boundaries in the past, and you showing them how to do that and how to grow them and how to be all the better and stronger for it, right? And eventually they'll become this person themselves for somebody else. And that is how that cycle keeps continuing, how we light the flame, light the candle of another person, so that they may continue to do so for somebody else, and keep that passing down as we grow and as we learn and be strong for others and show them how to be strong. They learn how to do that themselves, and then they continue that on and are protective of somebody else younger than them, or when they have their own kids, or the guidance you have offered them will manifest in them helping to guide others, and it continues down in a circle, in a line, as it keeps growing and growing, like the seeds of the pumpkin, right? So when you carve a jack-o'-lantern, when you carve them, you pull those seeds out, and sometimes you can replant those. It depends on what you want to do, obviously, but some people roast them and eat them, but you can also replant those seeds and grow the next generation. And this is what it feels like to me. You are growing the next generation by being protective over someone and helping them. For some of you, like I said earlier, there is a situation where you are trying to be the one who is protecting yourself. You are laying down the boundaries of your life, boundaries in your life that you need to be strong and uphold and maintain. And for those of you, the bloodstone in this case, doesn't necessarily have to be black, but a bloodstone will be very beneficial for you, because it'll give you that courage, that ability to stay strong and to maintain your boundaries and to protect yourself. Other stones are beneficial. Anything black is going to be beneficial for you in that case as a protective stone. My personal favorite is going to be black obsidian. That's a stone I frequently use for protection, but black tourmaline is also a really good one. Onyx, anything that is black is going to be a protective stone and beneficial for you to help protect yourself from somebody who wants to take advantage of you if you don't have this person in your life that is helping protect you, and you are the one who has to do it for yourself. Okay, group 2, I think that's all I have for you. Please make sure to stay safe, protect yourself, obviously, of course, in as many ways as you possibly can. And I'm keeping you in my thoughts and in my best wishes. So if you have another inquiry, please feel free to pick another group in this video if you're drawn to do so, or maybe even another reading on my channel or another reader entirely. Feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe if this reading has helped you. Thank you for being open to the channeled energy today, and thank you to your guides and my guides for protecting us all while we connect with the energy present. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you another time. Bye! Hello, group number 3, the Sedona Jasper group. So Sedona Jasper comes from an area in Arizona known for its many energy vortexes. It's a good stone for birth and rebirth, and it is a grounding stone for emotionally intense times in our lives. So just a little insight there for those who were drawn to the stone and may be beneficial for you to have in your life. So group number 3, let's see what the Halloween Oracle has in store for you. Okay. Halloween Oracle, what does group 3 need to know right now? One card, please. What does group 3, the Sedona Jasper group, need to know right now? Let's have a flip, please. Okay, okay. We have the Cauldron, synergy and healing. Look at that, it even has some matching colors in it. How cool. Okay, synergy and healing. So group number 3, the Halloween Oracle has these cute little poems in the beginning of their descriptions, and I want to read that out for you. So Cauldron, synergy and healing. Where all things come together under pressure, flowful synergy. A new thing is created, a crucible of infinity. Okay, group number 3. So the cauldron. Cauldrons have been used through history to cook with, to heal with by making medicines. And there is a process there of transformation, which makes a lot of sense for a stone of birth and rebirth that the Sedona Jasper represents, right? So there is the situation you're going through in your life is a transformational time for sure. We are putting things in our pot and mixing them together, and we are trying to create something new and seeing what comes out of it. We are making a new creation. So the cauldron tells us that there is lots of bits and pieces of our life. We have lots of different resources at our disposal, and that's a wonderful thing to have for sure. We have many options and many paths, and that will allow us to create something beautiful. It's just a matter of combining everything in the right order, combining everything in the right way, and cooking it and heating it in the right combination in order to create something truly great. So there's definitely a little bit of a learning curve, I think, that you are going through, a learning process in order to create what you're making in your cauldron here, right? So maybe you know all your ingredients that you have, every little piece that you need to have, but you don't quite know the right amount to add everything in. You don't know how much time you need to put in. You don't know how much effort you need to put in. You don't know how much interaction with the community you need to do in order to accomplish what you're trying to go after. And that's okay. That is definitely okay. There is a process to all of it, and a process to cooking and to creating and to healing, because there is a combination maybe that works, but there could be a combination that is much better and works a whole lot more and does deeper interaction, deeper work for you. And that is part of that healing process and part of figuring it out and working with your life and working with the synergy and the energy that is in your life. What else am I feeling? I'm called to the flames on the bottom of the card is to make sure you're not burning out. Make sure you're not burning yourself out, heating things up too much, putting in too much. Because you'll either overflow your cauldron here, overflow it, it'll overboil and ruin what you've been working on, or you can burn it. And we don't want either of those things to happen. So be very mindful of your energy and the amount of rest you're getting. Make sure you're doing a lot of good self-care in order to keep everything running smoothly. If we are not taking care of ourselves, then we are not able to take care of others. We make decisions unwisely potentially because we do not have the rest and recuperation that we need in order to process things in the proper way. So really make sure to keep your energy tight and contained and well managed. Don't overdo anything. Don't put too much effort into the situations that are not worth it. Really make sure to manage your energy, manage your fire, which fire is your spirit in a lot of ways. It equals your spirit, so you're that life force, that energy you have inside of you. Really make sure to keep your energy tight and stay well rested, take care of yourself, so that way you don't potentially ruin or mess up what you've been working and creating for a very long time. We see this cauldron, this is a very big cauldron, right? There's a lot of pieces and a lot of elements in here, a lot of things we've been working on, and a lot of ingredients we've added to this pot, to this cauldron, and it's going to turn into something amazing. I can feel that. You've been working so hard and it's going to pay off. There is going to be something worth it at the end of this. You just have to make sure you stay really tight and controlled and disciplined and keep working at it. Keep your temperature low, keep it at the right heat, heat it up when necessary, add the right things at the right time, stir, and keep a watch on it, but also leave it to just boil and simmer, right? It's that old phrase with a watch pot never boils, and maybe you need to bring things up to a boil, but you have to make sure you are putting the right energy into your situations at the right time, working with the synergy that is showing up in your life, working with your intuition, working with your spirit, with your life force, and really paying attention to it, because this is going to help heal you, help bring you healing as you build up that trust and intuition and seeing the fruits of your labor come to fruition as you see what you've built and what you have made really, really come to light. So in terms of the Sedona Jasper, right, and that birth and rebirth process, you have rebirthed yourself. You've created something, and that is commendable, and that is amazing, and I'm very proud and very happy for you for it. So just make sure to stay grounded, make sure to stay calm, keep yourself cared for, take care of yourself. Really, really, please take care of yourself. Because as the Jasper was talking about, for you going through potentially emotionally intense times, just make sure not to burn yourself out. Don't let this fire get too hot for this cauldron, because you'll burn everything that you've been working on for a long time. It'll burn or it'll overflow. I just keep seeing that imagery in my head. So just really make sure to stay grounded. And if you feel the call to, Sedona Jasper might be helpful for you for that. Any Jasper is going to be a good grounding stone. Black's stones are going to be potentially helpful as well. They are protective stones, but they're also grounding stones. So something like onyx, tourmaline, those are going to be beneficial stones for you as well. Anything red as well is what I'm seeing. So just something to keep in mind. So, okay, group 3, that is all I have for you. If you have any other inquiries, please feel free to pick another group in this video if you're drawn to do so, or maybe another reading on my channel, or even another reader entirely. So feel free to like, comment, or subscribe if this reading has helped you out. Thank you for being open to the channeled energy today, and thank you to your guides and my guides for protecting us all while we connect and connecting with that energy that is being presented to us. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you another time. Bye. Hello, group number 4, the Sunstone. So the Sunstone, like its namesake, will bring light and energy into your life. It helps to give vitality, independence, and self-empowerment. So just a little insight there for those of you who are drawn to the stone. Might be a beneficial one for you to get a piece of and have in your life and carry with you. So in group number 4, let us see what the RaoMoon Oracle wants to say to you. So Halloween Oracle, what does group 4 need to know? What does group 4 need to know right now? Group 4 need to know right now. Oh, we have a thrower. Okay, well, how funny. So we have the Skull of Light, which is illumination. Makes sense for a Sunstone group. How funny. Okay, so group number 4, the RaoMoon Oracle has a little poem at the beginning of their descriptions for each card. So let me read you the Skull of Light's little poem. We can stay in the dark, exist only in the midnight hours, but shining the torch, the victory is ours. Okay, group number 4, so the Skull of Light, illumination. It feels like there is a situation in your life that you are trying to get some more knowledge about to illuminate in your life. You are trying to get more information, trying to figure out the right path for yourself, and finding your way through the darkness. It feels like a situation that scares you, that there's a lot of fear there. I can feel it in my heart where there's just a lot of fear and uncertainty, and we are trying our best. You are trying your best to figure out how to illuminate it, how to bring more knowledge in, how to learn more, so that it's not as scary of a situation. I commend you for that. That is a very hard thing to do, but a very strong thing to do at the same time. With illumination, we get that self-empowerment that the Sunstone also represents, to be stronger in and of ourselves, to know ourselves really well. There is a shadow process going on, a maybe dark night of the soul for some of you, where you have been in the dark for a very, very long time, and now you are starting to see the light of the situation. Your situation is being illuminated to you, and that, after being so long in the dark, is a huge relief, but also in and of itself scary too, because it feels like you have gotten used to being where you are, being used to being in the dark, that status quo, that being stuck in the cave, and just seeing the lights from the shadows on the wall. There's more for you to discover. There's more for you to know. More for you to know about yourself, and more for you to know about the situation you may be inquiring for. And you are you're trying to find it, you're trying to get there. And that is awesome to feel. So just know that you are supported in this process. I think with this card coming out, and especially in paired with the Sunstone, you are being recognized for the effort you're putting in to illuminate your situations, to overcome your darkness, to overcome your shadows. You have so much love and life and support around you, in terms of universal energy, universal support, but also friends and family. There are people that are there willing to support you, willing to help you out, and can offer you even more illumination and insight into the situations, into your question, into even you yourself. We as human beings see ourselves one way, and that is a unique experience into ourselves, but people interact with us and see us in a different way, and everything is information, everything is knowledge. Asking others how they see you, asking others how they perceive the situation, well, maybe not beneficial or good advice, gives you more knowledge and helps you understand how people are perceiving something. People, how they are perceiving you. People, how they're perceiving the situation that you are asking about. It does not mean that you need to do anything different. It doesn't mean you need to change what you're doing or what your intuition is telling you to do, but it is information, and valuable information that may be beneficial and can be helpful for you. And maybe it will help you change and see something in a different way, seeing something from a different perspective, right? So what comes with illumination, right? When you're at that high noon, the imagery I'm getting in my head is the sun directly overhead, and then where there are no shadows. We don't have an angle of the sun. That is what casts the shadows for us. It's directly overhead, straight down, and therefore there is no shadows, and everything is completely illuminated by light. And by adding in these other perspectives around you, adding in perspectives from other people, from the past to the present, the future, what other people are understanding, you can centralize your own perspective, your own understanding, and make it so there are no shadows anymore. No, there are no shadows. Everything is completely illuminated for you. So that feels like where we potentially maybe are getting stuck in this process of having absolute illumination, understanding our situation. So the advice I am being called to give is to ask others. Ask for more help, ask for others' perspectives. And again, don't take it necessarily as judgment over you or over the situation, but everybody's understanding is their own, everybody's experience is their own, and wholly unique to them. So if you ask them what it is, and you get more understanding, therefore, of the situation, you understand more from it. And again, you don't have to change anything, you don't have to do anything different if you don't want to, but it gives you more perspective, it gives you more knowledge, and knowledge is power. Knowledge is illumination. And We want to be independent. We want to be self-empowered. We want to have that life vitality and light and energy in our life that the Sunstone represents and what the Skull of Light is calling for. So just something to keep in mind. The skull right here also, this is representative of that knowledge, right? Where it holds our brain, where it holds our thoughts. So the Skull of Light has this knowledge of illumination. And I think it's cool. I'm just looking at this now where it's like there's some matching colors, right, from the stone and the card here. So yeah, ask for some opinions, ask for some perspectives. Don't let it affect you. Don't take it to heart, but just have it in your back pocket and add it to your puzzle. Make it another piece of the puzzle that you just add to, so you get a more full and complete picture of what is going on. And I think that'll be very beneficial and helpful for you. And if you feel like you need it, grab some Sunstone. It can help out and help illuminate in that area as well. So group number 4, that is all I have for you. If you have another inquiry, please feel free to pick another group in this video if you're drawn to do so, or maybe even another reading on my channel or another reader entirely on YouTube. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel this reading has helped you. And thank you for being open to the channeled energy today. I want to say thank you to your guides and my guides for protecting us while we all connect to the energy that is present. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you another time. Bye. Hello, group number 5, my last group, the Pink Opal group. So Pink Opal is a very peaceful, calming stone. It soothes the heart and brings kindness and beauty to the space around it. Energetically, it's a very soft stone. It's also very playful and can be sensual sometimes. This one I keep on me close to my heart space as possible when I need it. So just a little bit of info there if it's beneficial to anybody, potentially if you need that stone in your life, so you just know about it. So group number 5, let's see what the Halloween Oracle wants to say. What's in store for you? Halloween Oracle, what does group 5, the Pink Opal group, need to know right now? What does group 5 need to know right now? No, it didn't come. Let's see. It didn't come out. Clear messages, please. What does group 5 need to know right now? No, I want it clear, please. What does group 5 need to know right now? Thank you. Okay. So group number 5, we have the Hearth. Happiness in our hearts and homes. Okay, group number 5. So the Halloween Oracle has little poems at the beginning of their descriptions, and I'd like to read you this one. So Hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. The heart of every home, the fire that unites, winter's warm centers, stories, love, and delights. Okay, group number 5. So the Hearth. The hearth is the heart of the home. It is warmth, it is protection, it is love, and that love definitely ties in with our pink opal, which ties into our hearts and that loving energy, that soft energy, that connection and soothing energy, our relationships, our home life. The situation in your life feels like it's lacking that a little bit, that you are missing out on some of the warmth that you could be having in your life, that we need to build our hearth back up. We need to build that fire, that heat, that warmth back up. And the way we do that is definitely through some self-care. We have to take care of ourselves in order to help take care of others. And this is a really big, important piece. So in the case of the hearth and the fire, right, we see the wood. So If we're going metaphorically, we're talking about adding more wood to our fire, right? We need that fuel, we need that substance in order to feed the fire, in order for it to grow, to be strong, and to be warm, provide that warmth to the entire house, to other areas in our life. So for some of us, it feels like our hearts / our hearth in this case, right, is not being taken care of in the way it needs to be. There is some struggles in our relationships and our connections with others, and it is affecting the amount of warmth and connection and energy and happiness we have in ourselves, and that we need to grow with and work on in order to offer more. And hearth people, those people that are homebodies, we want everybody to be safe and protected in our homes, right? But we can't do that. We can't keep everybody warm if we do not have enough sustenance to feed the fire, if we do not have enough wood to feed the fire. And in order to do this, we need to take care of ourselves better. We need to take a good look at our lives and where we are expending our wood, our energy, and make sure it is worthwhile, make sure it is beneficial for ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves in order to take care of others. We have to fill up our own cup in order to fill up the cup of others. And we should not take what is filling our cup and use that to fill up the cup of others. We need to have an overflow of our cup in order to fill others. So our hearth, our fire needs to be big and burning and bright, and there can't be more to be added to it. But how we light others' fires is taking our big hearth, our big heat and warmth and energy, and taking outside fuel and wood and these candles, for example, and lighting the hearth of others or adding warmth to others by making sure ours is first full, making sure ours is growing and bright and strong. There are definitely times in our lives where we cannot maintain this the whole time, right? We need to be more calm maybe in the winter months, and as the leaves fall and we switch into fall and winter, we need to maybe simmer down a little bit, but we also need to keep it going strong, keep it warm, because that's what's going to sustain us through the winter, through the cold, through the ice and the loneliness. If we take care of ourselves, take care of our own hearts, then there is less room for loneliness and sadness and other detrimental things to get into our lives. There is less for it to I feel I feel sad in my chest, in my heart. I feel sad. So hopefully that's not for all of you, then maybe just for some of you, for that just sadness, right? And we just haven't been taking care of ourselves well enough. We haven't been taking care of our hearts and seeing the beauty around us, seeing the peace, seeing the calm. We maybe haven't felt that for a while, and that's something we need to get back to. And we do that by taking care of ourselves, maybe hermiting ourselves away a little bit and just taking care of the home, taking care of ourselves. In this metaphorical case, the home as in ourselves. We take care of ourselves. So go out in nature if you need to. Go be with friends. Do things that make you happy, that make you feel warm, that make you feel vibrant and happy. And by doing this, we can build up ourselves, build up our own internal spirit, our internal flames, our internal hearth, and can therefore keep others warm and take care of others and have them protected and cared for as well, if we take care of ourselves first. I think some final thoughts is just to make sure your home life is stable, right? So we come back to our home in order to rest, to rejuvenate, to be safe, to have a safe place to rest our heads at night. So make sure your home life is good. Maybe you need to make that a priority in your life. Maybe you haven't, it hasn't been a priority right now, and you need to do a little bit of reevaluation and make sure your home life is stable and constructive and solid and warm and happy and content. And that'll allow you to go out into the world and give more of this warmth and energy to the world, because you have a safe place, a safe home to do it from the start. So just something to keep in mind. Pink opal potentially is going to be very healing for your heart if you are dealing with a lot of sadness, you have a lot of hurt in your chest, like I'm kind of feeling right now. Pink opal is going to be very beneficial for that. It'll help bring more calmness and it'll help soothe. So pink opal will be beneficial. Other green and pink stones work in that heart chakra space. So just something to keep in mind. Unakite would be a great stone if you need it, and to help kind of heal your heart. So group 5, that is all I have for you. If you have any other inquiries, feel free to pick another group in this video if you're drawn to do so, or maybe another reading on my channel, or potentially another reading on YouTube entirely. So feel free to comment, subscribe, and or like if this reading has been helpful to you. I hope it has. Thank you for being open to the channeled energy today, and thank you to your guides and my guides for protecting us all while we connect with the energy that has been presented to us. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you another time. Bye.